Hello guys, I'm Director of Research and Operations at SEDS VIT.
Uh, Hello everyone, I'm Aruni Sharma. I'm the Manager for Research and Operations at SEDS VIT.
Hey guys, this is
Hello
Rishabh
everyone, I
Tiwari.
am the manager of finance, Rihan. Yeah, go ahead, Rishabh.
And this is Rishabh Tiwari, Director of Finance at SEDS VIT.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
So thank you for your introduction. Now I'd like the committee members from SEDS KU to introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, I am Srishti Paudal and currently I am appointed as President of SEDS KU from SEDS Nepal. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's me Viratman and I'm the current Vice President of SEDS KU. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sudan Baral and I am the Secretary for current term in SEDS KU.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Abhishek and I'm appointed as Outreach Manager for SEDS KU. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Noros Thabamagar and I'm Manager for Events for SEDS KU.
Hello everyone, I'm Nishant Khanal and I'm currently the executive member of SEDS KU. Thank you.
Hello
Good
everyone.
evening everyone. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Sulabh Kargi and I'm currently the executive member of SEDS KU for this year.
Good evening everyone. I'm Evan Shrestha and I'm currently webmaster at SEDS KU for this year.
Hello everyone, I'm Nisha Acharya and I'm the treasurer of SEDS KU. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Yogesh West and I'm the current project manager. Thank you.
I'm Kusum Khatioda, the social media manager for SEDS KU. Now I'd like our advisors to introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, so I'm Saurabh Paurel, currently the advisor at SEDS KU.
Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek Ray and I'm currently the advisor at SEDS Nepal and SEDS KU. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Sailesh Chitrakar. I'm currently working as a lecturer in Department of Mechanical Engineering of Kathmandu University. And in SEDS KU, I've been playing the role of faculty advisor. Thank you.
So hello everyone, my name is Nizbil Base and I'm currently advisor at SEDS KU. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, if it's all right with SEDS VIT, we'd be glad if you would begin your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, surely just give me a moment. Is the presentation visible?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll begin. Once again, good evening everyone. And we are SEDS VIT. So as you all know, we are the only space-based chapter in VIT University, and SEDS VIT was officially founded in 2007, and we have been acting as the headquarters for SEDS India for the past years. So SEDS VIT comprises of 3 divisions, namely core, outreach, and projects. So this is our team. So this picture has all the members from our core, outreach, and projects division. So moving on, we'll start talking to you about what core does as part of this chapter. Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Akhil. So for core, we have different types of events. One of it is classroom events. In classroom events, we have some technical sessions such as lectures and some mini projects that or demo of softwares that we can showcase within a half an hour or 1 hour. So next we have some stargazing sessions. Stargazing sessions are basically hands-on experience with telescopes and binocs and astrophotography. So these are, and coming to Gravitas events, Gravitas is our tech fest, the technical fest for our institute. Here we have some of the flagship events, as you can see in the next slides. Yeah, so this is the team. This is a picture that was clicked right after one of our sessions. Yeah, so these are some photographs that were clicked by our team. So there are many budding astrophotographers in our team. So these are some of the pictures that were clicked by them. So Gravitas, coming back to the Tech Fest. So we have three major events. One is Charpati. Charpati is a culmination of something like a classroom event plus a hands-on session as similar to stargazing. So in which we teach people about the basics of astronomy and tell about telescopes and all that. And towards the night, we have a session where they can explore on their own. They get to use cameras, they get to see through binocs or telescopes that we have. Apollo Infinite is a software workshop. Here we tell about softwares, we teach them about software such as some simulation softwares like Orbiter or Kerbal Space Program. So next up is Astronauts Odyssey. Astronauts Odyssey is events such as in this event particularly we talk about how astronauts are, how an astronaut's life is like, how you can become one, and what all training it is involving, and what basically what the life of an astronaut is like. So these are some of the pictures from the first event that we have, Star Party. Star Party, as I talked, we have these. We also have a light painting session, as you can see from the image. We have some lectures and presentations and software demos. Next up is, yeah, so this is the Apollo Infinite workshop for Kerbal Space Program and Orbiter or similar softwares. So moving on, we have this hackathon. We call it Astra. So in India, it's one of the biggest hackathons. Especially, it's the biggest space-themed hackathon, and we have participants from all over the globe. In the last session, we had around 20 teams from all over the world, and this year's session was not happen. This year's session did not happen due to the pandemic. Yeah, so moving on, Chaitanya will be talking about outreach.
Yes, so coming to the outreach department, we people try to impart the knowledge of basic space science to the students or children outside VIT. So, so we approach schools outside VIT, nearby schools, around 10 schools approximately, and we use our one space program, the curriculum, and go according to the modules which we have devised, and we will teach the basic space science to those children. And we also encourage activities, we perform activities so that they'll get better insight about the space science. So that is about the outreach part. These are some of the pictures where one of the schools where we went and we performed the sessions. So coming to Antariksh, this kind of an outreach event. It's one of the biggest outreach event that we have in our entire academic year. So in this, we try to invite schools from various places nearby Vellore and invite them to participate in our competitions. We organize various competitions or activities such as the annual space competition, where we give problem statements and ask the students to solve and bring up a innovative solution. And the other one includes the workshops which have and quiz competitions and debate competitions. And there's a planetarium, virtual, like a mobile planetarium, which we organize every year. And apart from that, we also organize activities such as the rocket workshop, where we ask the students to launch rockets, like the paper-based rockets, with the help of mechanical strengths using pipes. And we also implemented, last year we also implemented the Universal Sandbox software, which gives us simulations, helps us to simulate the solar system or entire celestial or universe. So these are all the general basic activities and workshops that we have performed. last year, and these are some of the pics of the Antariksh 2019. Okay, so Shashwat will explain about the projects.
Okay, am I audible? You want to confirm that? Megha, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Fine, thank you. Okay, so good evening, everyone. So my name is Sailesh Chitrakar. I take care of the technical arm of SEDS VIT, which is our projects division. So what projects basically does is the love that we have for space. We try and get our hands dirty on some technology-oriented projects that we have. So SEDS VIT has two teams, which is there in the next slide. So our first team is called Ardra, which is our drone team, and our second team is called Vyad, which is our rover team. And the reason why these two, particularly, why not any other type of projects, is that if people would have seen around that NASA plans to send a flying drone to Titan by 2036. And just recently, NASA launched Perseverance, the Mars rover. So you see, this is the direction in which space exploration is heading at. So I think these are the most apt projects we have at SEDSVIT to represent our love for space. And on the next slide, we have actually been doing this for quite some time. So initially, even before Vyad and Ardra, we took place at a cancer competition and we came second over there all over the world. And after that, we branched into our rover and drone teams. And recently, as of 2019, our rover has come third in Asia in the European Rover Challenge, 19th overall. We came 30th. We actually qualified for the University Rover Challenge that takes place in the US, but it got, the event got cancelled due to the pandemic. Similarly, for a drone team, they came 7th in Asia last year and 44th overall. They came second in Shishti, which is a national level projects expo. And similarly for them, the 2020 competition did not happen because of the pandemic. But the whole aim of the projects division is to reach out further into space technology and work on projects. That is all from the project side. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is how, as three different divisions, we try our best to increase the reach of this of space as a frontier to not only kids but to everyone around us, so that we can do our bit in helping mankind explore a bit more and reach further out into the universe. Thank you. That's all from the presentation side from our end.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And now for the Q&A round, if anyone has any queries, please put forth your curiosity and queries.
I have a question about that drone you're showing earlier, right? And
yeah, sure.
Could you please explain me a little more detail about how you're planning to how you're making this drone different? Because the atmosphere in the outer space or in Mars, maybe you are planning, you may be designing according to that, and the atmosphere there is lighter than Earth, and you need to rotate the propellers much faster speed or RPM. So how are you planning to do that?
What I meant by quoting those examples of NASA sending those outer space was that this is the direction at which the world is heading at. We at a university level, we take part in competitions. Even a rover, we don't design a rover to stand the thrust of a rocket taking it to outer space. We don't go that heavy because those types of materials require massive amount of funding. We take part in competitions just to what can I say, bring about the interest in the younger generation or the people around us, basically not younger generation, people of our age, that this is something which is coming forward and this is where the world is going to look at. So it's about that. We don't design it for literally outer space. We design them according to the competition guidelines that we get. I hope that is what you were asking. Yeah. And to go really specific into the drone, I think I should have brought someone from the drone team because my part is in the rover team. So any technical question related to the rover, I can actually help you out. But as far as I know, the competitions we go to, they happen here on Earth and on the surface of the Earth and on our atmosphere. So we design them according to that. But this helps in bringing about the interest in people. that okay, drones and rovers are the future, and if anybody wants to pursue it further, this can always look good on the CV as well. So that is the whole idea here.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Do we have any more questions?
I do have one. I would like to ask you if you are seeking any sponsorships, and if you are, then how do you approach sponsors? And if you don't, then that would be it.
Rishabh, would you like to answer that?
Yes. Okay. So for seeking sponsorship, we generally take out juniors and then approach companies. Like mostly we approach space-related companies. So what we do is that we have our mail, formal mail, and then we send out those mail to them. Then second step is we call them, the companies, and sell them our event. Like we have Astra, that's a hackathon. So we sell the good points, like many students will be coming from around the globe, and you would be having mass publicity. So you should invest in it. And as we know that space is like the future of everything, so you should really invest in a hackathon or any major event that are happening. So they get convinced, and then they finally sponsor. Budget is like around 5 lakhs. So depending on their budget, they see from our side what we can give them, and finally MOU signed, and that's how we get money.
So basically, you guys go for a sales pitch for your project.
Yeah, it's not just funding in money. We also get sponsorship in kind, in terms of T-shirts and tags or certificates, or maybe food, whatever they can provide for us to make the event flow easier for us.
So there's one question from my side. So you guys talk about the Astra, probably the biggest hackathon in India. So how do you manage to organize such big events? Did you collaborate with all the big organizations in India, or what? How do you manage to get on that?
Akhil, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, so we don't partner with anyone. We have a big team of our own. We collaborate with like our core and outreach and projects. All of us like projects depending on what workload they have at the time. As you've seen, they have competitions and all. So if it's not conflicting with them, we also involve projects. And rest of it, generally core and outreach, and along with our juniors and some seniors if they are available, we organize it on our own.
I have a question. How do you guys select the project on basis of budget, or
Are you talking specifically for the projects division, the drones and rovers?
yes?
Shashwat?
Okay, so okay, so we don't select based on budget. Actually, we go with what we want to do. I mean, if you don't have a interest towards building a rover and a drone, no matter how big the budget, I don't think so you'll ever make a rover or a drone, because money can come, money cannot come. But what drives you through into completing a project is the interest and the zeal that you have towards the project. So when our seniors actually, Vyad and Ardra were never there. If you go back 3 years, they were non-existent. That time our seniors had I don't know, like 3-4 years back, they were going to CanSat and they had some other projects. So one of our older seniors made the conscious effort, and that is how Ardra and Vyad was born. And that time we have not seen budget. We saw where our interest lied. And that is something which is very evident in every member, that budgeting is one of the biggest issues you can have when you're building projects of this scale and size. But that should not stop you from choosing a project. If you're interested towards it, I think you can always find ways. So budget can be an issue, but if you have an interest towards it, I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. So choosing projects based on your interest is more important. I mean, that is what I would say. There are tons of projects out there: rocket fuel, space debris removal, CANSATs. I mean, there is a certain spike in CANSATs all over again. There are rovers, there are drones, there are unlimited projects you can take which are space related. It's just that you need to have a that inner love should be there. That would be more appropriate, because I'm very passionate about my rover that is there in my university. So I don't think about budget when it comes to how the rover is going to be built. So I think the zeal and the interest matters more than the budget of the project. I hope that answered the question.
So like I had a question like yearly you said like for an academic year you for certain position like after that do people go on the election or what type of nomination, what type of series is there?
Yes, so our like the current board hands over the board to the next batch of juniors in the months of February. Like the process starts in February. So what we initially do is applications are released, and the juniors can apply for any three positions. It's up to their choice. We ask them certain questions pertaining to the positions they're applying for, and there's a certain deadline by which they have to submit those applications. Then reviewing those applications, we give them certain tasks suited to the post they have applied for. We like those tasks can last about 2-3 weeks. So we see how they would perform in those tasks. We measure their potential, and then the last part is the interview. So the interview is usually taken by the whole board, and we try to understand exactly which position they'll be best suited for by tailoring the questions which they are asked. So this whole process is how the board for core and outreach is selected. Projects division has a different process for their board selection. Shashwat?
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to projects, uh, it's a similar process, but it's a little bit shorter. So applications are released at the same time, and we have a whole questionnaire set. The interested all the juniors, whoever's interested, they can apply for various positions, and there is an interview after that. But the way project selects the next people is based on the work they do over the year, because sometimes you might not be able to make a good application, or you might not do well in an interview, but if over the year your technical knowledge has drastically increased and you're someone who's dedicated, I think a lot of that plays as well into the interviews. It's a very similar process. It's but core and outreach have it much harder, because they have a very they choose the best. But when it comes to projects, there are little relaxations when it comes to the tasks given, but their year-on work is looked at. So when, like, suppose I'm in my third year right now, and I'm gonna pass on to someone who's a second year who'll take charge of the projects division in his third year. So we always keep looking out for juniors who are currently working, that okay, this person might have the potential to carry forward our vision that we have set. So that is how it's selected. It's more based on the year-round work that's done in projects, and then it's just an interview and an application form.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I got one question. So this might be an odd question, but do you have something like a biggest event for an year, or you just go with that bad something like you just said that?
So Antariksh and Astra are the biggest events we have organized till now. Like though these events are really huge, like it takes months of plannings, and people from all over the country and also people from outside India come and participate. So those two, I would say, are the biggest events we have organized till now. Like, does that answer your question, or was it
Yeah.
something else?
Yeah. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Okay, I do have one more question. So
Sure.
this will be based on your experience. So can you tell me what has been, what is the activity that you did engage the general members most, based on your
Uh,
experience?
we usually like whenever we are organizing an event, we have this procedure in college of night slips. Like after, like during the night, we can apply for those slips and we go and work together. So the major bonding happens before any major event occurs, because that's when we spend 3-4 hours every night together working towards a common goal. And then of course we have certain lunch outings every month or so, and there are birthday celebrations and small informal events like that. And a lot of members are already classmates, so they know each other beforehand also. So these small internal things are always there, but the major engagement happens before any major event occurs.
There's a connection problem.
Yeah, I think it's a connection problem.
Maybe someone else can answer that.
Hello, guys. Is it fine with that if I give you the project's point of view of bonding uh, until Megha joins back? I know it's not what you asked for, but I could give you the experience of that if you want until
Yes,
she
please.
comes
Any
back.
any answer is
Yes,
welcome.
please.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
so like she said of the night slip, that is a very integral part. So VIT, it's in Vellore. So Vellore is a town in India in the southern part of the country. So all of us are hostlers. So the entire college is lives in the hostel. So we all apply for night slips around at from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock, and it gets extended. So core and outreach, these they have these massive events, and like Megha said, they take months of preparation. So they apply for night slips then, and that I believe forms the biggest bond. And if you look from the project's point of view, the night slips go on for a year. And especially when it comes close to the deadline, I remember my friend Aruni is also here with us. We both are in the same rover team. So we used to go to lab at 9 in the night and leave at 6 in the morning in the next day. So when you spend that much amount of time with somebody, you are bound to make memories for a lifetime. And that is not just for projects. When you know the event is tomorrow, all of them skip their sleep, we skip our meals just to make sure that the event goes, especially for events like Astra. I'm sure Akhil and Megha will explain that better. These are at a very big scale. So weeks of sleep goes away, and when you spend that much of time with somebody, you're naturally bound to get along with their annoying habits or with their ideologies. You can if I would say, we used to have these political debates as well. Anything and everything can come up if you spend enough number of time with the other person. So from the project's point of view, we spend actually my whole second year, if I could frame it into one word, it would be my rover team, because that is all I remember, any memory. So that is the kind of impact it has, and that will similarly work. Maybe Akhil can explain, or when Megha joins back, or anyone else. But I just wanted to give you how it feels from the if you're working in a project.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Megha is trying to rejoin. She's had some network issues, so she'll be back soon. Till then, I can continue. Yeah, so for events, like we bond over, especially the bonding is done through events. So when we are planning and when we're working for the events, we stay up late nights. We have to uh, take everyone's ideas and thoughts and combine it and then make a proper plan and structure for the event. And we have to work a lot to get that event go through smoothly. So that all is the best form of bonding that is there, in my opinion, to work together. So hopefully that answers your question. Uh, Megha will be back in a moment. She's trying to reconnect. Anything else anyone would like to ask?
So, how guys you started the SEDS VIT University?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
How did you started SEDS VIT?
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. Oh.
You can just type in the chat box if you're saying something.
I think the question was how was SED started in VIT. I think that is what I heard.
Yeah, that was the question, and it was basically back in 2007. So I would say like some people got in touch with some faculty, and they were like they were space fans and all that stuff. So they started working on some projects or maybe some event related to space, and then more people joined in, and that is how it got started in VIT. So in VIT, we have got this procedure of formation of any club or chapter that you can have. So every year they release applications for forming a new chapter or club. So you can just apply there and tell them like how many people you are expecting, what are you planning to do, and what faculty you have, and how many members you have. So in that way, they will grant you permission to join any new club and chapter. So that is how I would say SEDS was started in VIT.
So we are right now going through the pandemic situations, and in this situation, how you guys are operating and maintaining your presence.
So what we have been in core, I'll first talk about core. So we have these classroom events in VIT which can last about 1 or 2 hours, like they can be conducted anytime, we just need to get approval beforehand. So we have been trying, like last month we had an event on comets, since Neowise was already rolled back then. So like we try to conduct events on topics which are trending or which are very popular these days, so that we can get more people to join in. And we try, like in the event on comets, we taught them sandbox. So these simulation softwares can tend to make the events more interesting. So these small classroom events are what we have been doing right now. We also have had been conducting webinars with people from the space industry. So that's on hold right now, but we'll be starting it again this month. So we had a lot of speakers. Some were even some were retired NASA experts, and some are currently working in different space agencies all over the world. So we had such speakers coming in to that helped grow the reach of a chapter, as well as increase the knowledge. For outreach had a setback, but we have started contacting schools, and we started receiving positive replies for online sessions. So that will soon be started. And for projects, I think Shashwat can answer it better.
What kind of outreach programs you used to organize, and how do you manage them?
Chaitanya?
Yeah,
Chaitanya there?
so yeah, I'm there. Okay, so first of all, we try to approach the contact schools. Like we have contacts of like we got from our seniors. So we first contact them regarding the sessions, the free slots. Then, as you know, about the one space program, one space curriculum, we devised a one space curriculum which contains around 7 modules, and each one describes about the space science structure, like for example, astrophysics or astronomy, basics of astronomy, etc., etc. So each time, each session we organize in a particular school, we go with the module-wise syllabus. So, for example, if we approach a school more than one time, we try to cover the modules during those sessions. And if we complete those sessions, the whole syllabi, then we will go for the activities. Like for example, say a quiz or essay writing or something like that, to gather more interaction between them. So that is the general plan that we follow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I've got one question. Has there been any international conferences at SEDS VIT?
Yes, there was one in 2017, I believe, but like we hadn't joined VIT by that time. Like we joined only in 2018, so we're not exactly very sure about the details about that. But if you want, I can get those details for you and send them through mail. But we did have a conference in 2017.
Thank you. I would like to read that.
Yeah, I'll get the details and send it to you via mail.
Thank you.
No problem.
Do we have any more questions? I guess no. So I'd like to proceed further. Thank you so much, the presenters and speakers from SEDS VIT, for such wonderful presentation. Now, before I proceed any further, I'd like our advisor, Mr. Sailesh Chitrakar, to put forth few words. Thank you.
Okay. These were very good discussions. I enjoyed throughout. I could notice that we started quite formally, but as we spoke further, I noticed again that we were quite relaxed. So I think it is because we came to get acquainted with each other quite nicely. But since KU SEDS is currently in the process of getting registered in the university system, and since we are very new, we are looking for possible collaborations, looking for new ideas, and more than anything, we are looking for building new relationships and getting to know people who are working in the similar field, like SEDS KU would, SEDS VIT would certainly meet our mission. And having to be a part of an internationally recognized club like SEDS will give us the opportunity of conducting events together, making new friends as well, and create a bond both technically and non-technically. And in the future, when things get normal, when the pandemic is more or less stabilized, there can be cases when we get chance to welcome friends from VIT in Nepal as well, or vice versa, in the form of several events. So yes, we look forward to this cooperation, this bonding. Thank you very much.
I guess our advisor, next advisor, Abhishek Ray, has something to tell.
Sure.
No, Srishti, I do not have much to say. I think Sailesh sir has already said what needs to be said. I would like to thank SEDS VIT on the behalf of SEDS KU for attending today's event and sharing much of their experience. I think this can be a blueprint for us as well going into the future. We've just started at SEDS KU, and this will definitely give us a vision what needs to be done, and furthermore, and we can still learn from SEDS VIT, and in the future we can work together, collaborating in different future, and maybe in future we can also work together to organize international conferences in KU as well as in SEDS VIT. Together, I think we can do some works in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess it's the end of the session, and I'd like to thank SEDS VIT and moreoverly Megha for managing this presentation. And thank you for accepting our invitation. And we are looking for some kind of collab in future days.
Sure, it was a pleasure for us to accept your invitation, and this was a lovely opportunity for us also to increase our relations, and we definitely look forward to collaborating with SEDS Nepal in the future. So thank you, sir.
So thank you everyone. This is the end of our session. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.